Hey guys, today I'm going to make a multicolored rhinestone design using HotFix stones, and then so this can be pressed onto a shirt or like a tote bag or anything like that. So I have my little makeshift rhinestone workstation. It's just a foam board that I covered in contact paper from Dollar Tree. And then this is just electrical tape. That's my anchor point for my HotFix tape. So this is going to be my transfer tape that's going to lift up my rhinestone designs and then allow me to press it. So what I'm making is a Mickey. So I'm going to go ahead and get my first one down. And then I just line it up over here up against my anchor. And this pink stuff is sticky flop. I know there's other ways to get this done. This stuff isn't the cheapest stuff, but it does work. And then this is lined with contact paper, so that way I can, lift these back up and redo this design as often as I want. Okay, so there we go. So I'm going to go ahead and make this outline in black, and this design was cut for the SS10 rhinestones, so you'd need whatever design that and so the more you pour on, the easier it is to manipulate them, as they will push each other around. So this design I got on Etsy, and I can see that they made their holes rather large for these little stones, but it'll still work. And I know they make like rhinestone tweezers to get in and out of, the little spaces. Like, see, I can see this one's upside down. But manipulating them around with your little brush should do that too. By them rotating around, gets them to lay flat. And then we'll just scoop all the extras out to the side. These can all be reused, put back in your containers, reused for your later projects. Alright, one more. Okay, looks like they are all covered. So let's go ahead and get all these guys back in this container. And so when you buy these designs, I know there's ways to make them on your own. I buy mine, I just don't have that time. But when you go ahead and buy them, they usually give you the dimensions that they need to be cut in. They need to be cut in those dimensions given, otherwise you alter the size of the rhinestone holes, and then your stones may not fit once you cut it. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and pick up these black stones. Go ahead and lay that off to the side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to cover some of this. Let me cut this a little bit. Because I'm going to lay the next piece right on top of this same template that's already down to help me line everything up. But I don't want to get my next color, overlapping into here. And what you can do is just cut your second layer large enough that it completely overlaps, but for me that's just such a waste of this sticky flock, and this stuff is just not cheap. So I'm just going to improvise here. So now I have my next piece. I'm going to go ahead and lay this up here. So by cutting them the same size, you will also make it easier to line them up. You know, if you cut them all the same length and width, they'll fit, you know, completely over top of one another. But I'm trying to improvise here to save this really expensive sticky flock until I can figure out a cheaper way. So this one's in a yellow. I know there's other ways that you can do it that aren't as expensive, you know, as this name brand stuff. I just haven't done enough of these yet to really get into that. So I'm making it work this way. But if you happen to have a lot of it and you want to cut your designs, you know, so they're all, say, 5x7, even if it's just a little design like this, that will make it easier on yourself to overlap these colors. Okay, and there's that one. And then we're going to go ahead and pick it up. And then we have one more piece here. Of course, Mickey needs his red little suit. So I'm going to go ahead and get that one down. Let me actually... Since mine aren't lined up right, I just pulled it up on Cricut on the design space so that I can line these guys up a little bit better here. I also don't want it down here, but I can just scoop them off. Okay, so let's get his red little jumpsuit. And if you guys have figured out a nice cheap way to do these, you know, without using the sticky flock, so that way making these layered ones is easier, please leave me a comment or send me a message, let me know. I would love, love, love to hear your insight and help for myself to keep doing these. I have a lot of these I want to do. Anything that can save me the extra time and trouble without having to waste a bunch of material is always, always welcome. Alright, there's that. Alright, let's go ahead and pick up his little jumpsuit. Alright, make sure we got them all. Alright, now we can go ahead and take this off of our anchor, and let's get it back on. I don't know where my backing sheet went. Oh, I might have used it as my cutting it up, huh? Alright. that'll work because I'm going to go press it in a minute anyway. But there we have it. A multicolored rhinestone design, and actually I see a loose one right there, I'll get out. This can then now be pressed on to whatever it is you're making, onto a t-shirt, onto a bag, or whatever it is that your project calls for. I'm not sure what I'm going to be pressing this onto yet. May put it on a t-shirt, but I may put it onto a onesie for a friend, so I'm kind of going to hold off on this now and just save it on its backing. But if you have any questions on how to make these multicolored designs, or any tips for me on a cheaper way than the sticky flock, please leave me a comment and let me know. And I will get back to everybody with answers the best I can. Thanks! Oh, I also wanted to show you how now we can just peel these back up. To show you putting them away, and we'll just stick them right back on. They're backers here. And then we can go ahead and reuse these, and this guy will come off the same and go on his backing sheet as well. So that's what these little makeshift stations. This pink sticky flock is a reusable material. So you can layer it like I did on top of each other, or onto, you know, a surface like this works well for me. And you can keep remaking these designs as many times as you need.